Hello, Matt. Matt, please. You may not be S.H.I.E.L.D's biggest fan, but this is the path I've chosen. I appreciate the thought, but I beg to differ. What's your real problem with Fury? I suppose not. Fury doesn't have time to worry about such things. He's too busy saving the world from itself. I should say not. What's your real problem with Fury? I suppose not. But if you knew half of what the man's done for this world, you might feel differently. I believe I do a lot of good right here. What's your real problem with Fury? Oh, Matt, you're very nostalgic, aren't you?
Hey. Yeah, well, don't get used to it. I'm only here because Stark told me he had some Cubans he just got in. I did. Don't mean I can't still enjoy smelling them. And anyway, much as I like it up at the mansion, it's good to get down to the city, too. I'll jump right in. I ain't no human phobe. You know what happens when you assume. And anyway, much as I like it up at the mansion, it's good to get down to the city, too. Don't push it. Stark don't run secret ops. Fury does. But it's been a year since I've done anything like that. And anyway, much as I like it up at the mansion, well, ain't that special.
Hi, Steve. It doesn't sound good. There might even be some legislation already being drawn up. Yep. The old "what have you done for me lately" effect. Reed says he's processing all this through his new psychohistory formulas, trying to give us some insight on where things might be headed. No, but they might keep us from making a bad situation much worse. Agreed. Reed says he's processing all this through his new psychohistory. Perhaps a lot better. We'll see. We still have friends in high places, but apparently associating with us isn't a good move right now. Reed says he's processing all this through his new Definitely. We'll be ready to head down to Washington at a moment's notice if necessary.
Hi, Tony. I have a number of friends within the organization. None of them are happy with her appointment, or even understand it, including, apparently, Hill. Fury may have been underhanded, but at least he always seemed to have the world's best interests at heart. I just don't know where all this is headed. It feels like we're in for some rough sailing. Not funny, Tony. I hope things settle down soon. I'll take cold comfort in that if she's put in charge of shutting us down. I just don't know where all this is headed. You're a braver man than I thought. If you see an angle on it, be my guest. I just don't know where all this is headed. I know, but somehow this feels very different.
Hello, Johnny. I'm glad to see you're not going off half-cocked like Luke, Danny, and Eli over there seem to be. We need cooler heads to prevail at a time like this. Hello, Susan. I'm glad to see you're not going off half-cocked like Luke, Danny, and Eli over there seem to be. We need cooler heads to prevail at a time like this. Of course, darling. Was there something else you wanted to discuss, darling?
What can I do for you, Stark? I'm here to check on your progress in tracking down Captain America and his rebel friends. I don't know that yet. And until you prove it, I'll be right behind you. Maybe you forget that you answered to me. I can see this is going to be a beautiful friendship. Good. I think I'll check with him myself. Maybe you forget that you answered to... Yeah, but I'm not a superhero. And right now that makes me a lot more trustworthy in most people's eyes. Keep that in mind. Don't brush me off, Stark. I want full transparency on your progress. Maybe you forget that you answered to me. Don't push me, Stark, or I'll show you just how much authority I have, here and everywhere else.
Hi, Tony.
S.H.I.E.L.D. agents have reportedly defected to Captain America's resistance
Yeah,
movement.
a few.
With them, millions of dollars worth of weapons and equipment.
You never know. For the time being, we're closely following some suspicious cargo into Jersey City. Maybe the fish will take the bait. I know. With any luck, we'll scare others into going legit. Not yet, no. He's well hidden, and we're not gonna break their communications code anytime soon. For the time being, we're closely... Stranger things have happened. I'll keep you posted. Nothing like that. I think they're still trying to find their feet. For the time being, we're closely... Got it. Talk to you later. Hey there. If we don't police each other, the government will do it for us. At least this way we're on the inside. Of course not. But we have to be willing to do whatever it will take to avoid the kind of future I grew up in, where mutants are branded from birth and thrown into concentration camps. Yeah, I know. Paved with good intentions and all that. It's a cute phrase, but you can't let it stop you from doing what you think is best. Glad to hear it. Not everyone does, but we have to be willing to do whatever it will take to avoid the kind of future. It's not. Trust me. No one thinks the situation is ideal, but we have to be willing to do it. It's a figure of speech. I think you know what I meant.
Hello, Tony. Can't they handle that? We've got our hands full, wouldn't you say? Well, I appreciate that. And sleep is overrated anyway. Are they still insisting they want something offshore, outside Geneva Convention influence? I suppose not. Point taken. Are they still insisting they want something offshore, outside? We'll have to keep a close watch on S.H.I.E.L.D. then. I'll build that into the design. I guess I am. Are they still insisting they want something offshore? I believe so. Let me give it some thought. Hello, darling. What can I do for you? There's a lot of pressure, I admit, but considering what's at stake, I'm not about to complain. I know. And I will, once the fate of our world doesn't hang in the balance. I'm just disappointed in Ben. I really thought he'd stick with us on this. I understand. But you did marry a man of science, Susan. I trust the numbers, and I hope you'll trust me. Thanks, honey. When this is all over, we'll get away somewhere. I promise. I'm just disappointed in Ben. I really thought he'd stick... You're right. We're a family. I checked the numbers at least 20 times, Sue. We have to support registration, and we must end this war as soon as possible. I'm just disappointed in Ben. I understand. But you did marry a man of science, Susan. I trust the numbers, and I hope you'll trust me.
Hello, Reed. Don't tell me there's a margin of error. I'm messing with you, Reed. Your calculations showing where the country would end up if we didn't support the Registration Act were just a part of what went into my decision. It's not just about being right, Reed, if that's what you're thinking. It doesn't take 6 PhDs to see that fighting this thing would have been a terrible mistake. Reed, it was a joke. Your calculations showing where the country would end up. Don't put this on your own shoulders. It's no one person's fault. Yep, your calculations showing where the country would end. I'll stop when you start getting my jokes. Actually, that might make it worse. Never mind.
Hello, Tony. What can I do for you? There's no indication of that so far, but with Fury, that might not mean much. I understand, but dealing with big unknowns goes hand in hand with running a war. The bottom line, however, is that if Fury decides to help Captain America and his White Star allies, I doubt there's much he could offer them apart from strategic advice. I can see your point. We'll keep an eye out for anything that has Fury's fingerprints on it. We'll continue monitoring in every way we can think of. The bottom line, however, is that if Fury decides to help Captain America... If you don't mind my saying so, Tony, you worry too much. There are few men I could not find, but he is one of them. The bottom line, however, is that if Fury... I can see your point. We'll keep an eye out for anything that has Fury's fingerprints on it. Hello, Matt. Very flattering, my love. But I'm surprised to hear you'd have any doubts. The law is the law, right? It's as simple as we choose to make it. When you think about it, my job has traditionally been to help governments maintain stability. This isn't all that different. It certainly helps me sleep. As have I, when convenient. When you think about it, my job has traditionally... My goodness, Matt. Are you getting agreeable in your old age? I admit, I'm usually tasked with operating outside the law. When you think about it, my job... Ever the public's defender, eh, Matt? I'll always love you for that.
Hi, Tony. What's up?
To enlist controlled supercriminals as field agents. Authorities claim there are robust safety...
I realize sometimes it's hard for people who aren't lawyers to understand that we can separate our cases and our personal feelings. In whose scorebook? This isn't a game, Tony. I know you're trying to paint this thing in terms of black and white, but it isn't that simple. Speedball didn't kill those people, but without help, he'll get lynched as if he had. Maybe not, but there's no better person to defend him than me. Don't worry, I'll maintain the appropriate distance. From both sides. I know you're trying to paint this thing in terms... Noted, Tony, but I can't. Sorry, Tony, but I think everyone here is conflicted, at least a bit, including yourself. I know you're trying to paint this thing in terms of black... Then I guess that's why we have the court system.
Yes? That's fine. I recommend you talk to Bullseye first. This will probably be hardest on him. That's probably for the best. He barely has any feelings worth considering anyway. Frankly, I don't care what happens to most of these Thunderbolts. This is the team I used to lead. How kind of you to remind me. You heroes are always so warm and compassionate. Yes? That's fine. I recommend you talk to Bullseye first. This will probably be hardest on... He is always a problem, but your system seems designed to work around that. Frankly, I don't care what happens to most of these Thunderbolts. This isn't the team I used to lead. I'll do my best. I can't promise any more than that. Granted. Frankly, I don't care what happens to most of these Thunderbolts. They did what they were asked, and not because of mind control. I'll help you with this, but I don't have to like it.
Hello, Reed. What's up?
Popular hero War Machine clashed with Black Panther, ruler
Of course I do. Cap's getting more and more followers every day, while we're flat. We need to shore up our numbers. We just have to do a better job of showing it to them. Now, sounds like you could use a break. Why don't you take Susan out to a movie or something? Understood, Reed. Business it is. So what else is new? Don't worry so much, Reed. Fortune favors the foolish. Now, sounds like you could use a break. Well, I doubt that, but it can't hurt to inquire. Take it from me. They love it when you ask them what they're feeling. I know you won't let something like that happen, Reed. Now, sounds like you could use a break. I didn't mean that at all, Reed. But you've been working hard. Take a break when you get a chance, okay? Hi, Reed.
Injured a number of civilians.
Great. Better to confront them in a place of our choosing anyway. Nice. I like it. I want this set up so that no matter which way Cap goes, we win. Well, I'm sure you can work that out too. I am, but that's not a guarantee that Cap would accept it. Things could go south in a hurry. I want this set up so that no matter which way... Maybe, but I'm absolutely expecting success here. Don't let me down. I guess you're forgetting that the last time Cap felt cornered, he single-handedly took out 2 squads of Cape Killers. I want this set up so that no matter which way Cap goes, let's lock down as many as we can. We can fill in the rest with brute force.
Hi, Tony. I would, but I don't have time to sift through them. Can you leave them in my office for now? And I will, once I complete my current assigned tasks. If I don't finish up with this Prison 42 performance evaluation, we could have much bigger problems than some minor side signals in the Nanite network. Sorry for that. The pressure might be getting to me a bit. I'll talk to you later. Good to know. I'll try to get to them soon. If I don't finish up with this Prison 40... Thanks. I'll let you know if I find anything that concerns me. If it's that important, have Hank look them over. If I don't finish up with this Prison 42... Not that I can see, but I can't afford to miss anything. I'll talk to you later, Tony. Hello, darling. Something you wanted to talk about? I know it's a bit unsavory, but nothing is more important than ending this conflict quickly. I understand your reaction, Sue. Please trust me when I say everything might feel wrong, but we have very good reason to be doing these things. An interesting way to put it. I'll keep it in mind. Well, of course, darling. Please trust me when I say everything might... As are we all, my love. We'll get through this together. I'm under incredible pressure here, Sue. You have no idea. Please trust me when I say everything might... You may be right, but you're the last person I'd expect to lack it.
Hey, Tony, what's up? You should know. You're the one who set me up for that mission. Forcing foreign superheroes to register before they can meet with the president? Come on. Joke all you want. I ain't smiling under this armor. I'm here because you asked me to be. But don't think I can't be pushed too far. So you say. I just hope you're right. Right. I'm here because you asked me to be. You better, damn it. Bull! There's no excuse for sending me into a situation like that blind. I'm here because you asked me to be. But don't... You don't have to, man.
Yes? We will be once you decide on a venue. I know. I don't intend to squander our best chance to close this thing out. If you say so. Good. My men are getting antsy. I don't intend to squander our best chance. Winning is a good thing. Or are you going to argue with me on that, too? Or, unless my instincts tell me it's time, I don't intend to squander our Don't worry, hero. I'm a professional.
Greetings, Captain. Nay, apart from myself, the gods wish to remain neutral in this fight, noble though it be. A noble thought, but I fear it would serve only to remove me from the field of battle on a fool's errand. Still, mayhap we should count our blessings. No gods have joined the traitors who enforce that vile new law. Zeus hath decreed that all others remain above the fray, myself excepted. For that last, I am grateful. He is well, Captain, though his lack of fortitude is doubly grating, since he lives here on Earth among those who will suffer. Still, mayhap we should count our blessings. No gods have joined the traitors who enforce that vile new law. Together we shall triumph, Captain. So swears the son of Zeus. Aye, the gods, as they say, move in mysterious ways. Still, mayhap we should count... Indeed, Captain.
Hello, Captain. Considering I'm on the run from S.H.I.E.L.D. and Hydra at the same time, I guess you could say so. It's fine, Cap, believe me. I've hidden out in more dire places and for much worse reasons. But are you sure it was smart for us to repurpose that old base I pointed out? I'll do whatever I can, Captain. You can count on me. I know we will. There's no one more worthy of our trust than you. But are you sure it would... No, I guess not. I just hope he's right. I won't. You have my word. Whatever that's worth anymore. But are you sure it was... I understand, Captain. I'm ready to help if you need it.
Hello, Captain. Captain, please don't treat me like a little kid. I don't need nursemaiding. I'm a legal adult, sir. I chose to be here. What good am I to the movement if you keep me hidden here all the time? I understand, Captain. I know I can help, if you'll just let me. I understand, Captain. But it makes me wonder, what good am I to the movement if you keep me... I hope so, Captain. I want to make a difference. Sir, yes, sir. But if I may, Captain, what good am I to the movement if you keep... I do, Captain. I hope that soon you'll return the favor.
Hey, Luke. We're in a pickle, all right, but I don't think we have ourselves to blame. The country's made a mistake. Once they realize that, things will get back to normal. We'll have to find ways to help them anyway, without getting captured. For now, my main goal is to shore up our position and get dug in for the long haul. Cable's right. This is a war. Well, I won't ask which side you chose in that battle. I'm just glad you're here. Yes, and they're pretty good at that game. For now, my main goal is to shore up... Thanks, Luke. That means a lot. As soon as I know, you'll know. For now, my main goal is to shore up... You're right. We've both seen some of the worst human conflicts. Let's hope we can end this one quickly.
Hello, Captain. No problem. Well, by that I mean big problems, but nothing I can't deal with later. I hope that's possible. It's just, I've always had to be careful about keeping my powers under control, even when fighting some pretty whacked out bad guys. When it comes to fighting other heroes, I don't know. I'll do my best, sir. I promise. That would be great. It's just, I've always had to be careful about keeping my powers under... That's good to know, especially coming from you, Captain. I think I am, Cap. It's just, I've always had... No, I'll do what it takes. I'm just saying it might not be easy.
Hi, Cap. What's going on? Of course, Cap. The Rand Corporation might not be anywhere near as big as Stark Enterprises, but I can help keep us afloat. I toyed with the idea of trying to disrupt Stark financials, but that would probably be too risky. Nothing I can provide is half as important as your leadership anyway. There's no place else I would rather be. Not really, no. I understand my Chi abilities may seem like magic, but they aren't. Nothing I can provide is half as important. Everything happens exactly the way it's supposed to, Steve. Cap, please. I've been doing this stuff for a while now. Nothing I can provide is half as... You're exactly where you belong. You will see this through. Hey, Luke. What's up? Not where I ever imagined we'd be, buddy. They're feeling optimistic, I'll bet. Already making long-term plans. But we've got a lot more heart and soul. From where I sit, that trumps pretty much anything. Negative expectations yield negative results, Grasshopper. They've got the firepower advantage, no question about it. But we've got a lot more heart and soul. Yep. Your lucky numbers are 5, 15, and 74. On paper, it doesn't look good. They've got all the money, all the scientific know-how, and the political power. But we've got a lot more heart and soul. Guilty as charged, old friend.
Hey, Captain. I understand, sir, but I've learned a lot since becoming a superhero. I'm ready to be a team player in every sense. I won't let you down. One thing, though. Iron Man beat on me pretty good last time we met. I want another crack at him. Yes, sir. I'll go wherever I'm needed. Thank you, sir. However, there is one thing. Iron Man beat on me pretty good last time. Appreciate it, sir. I want to help. Understood, sir. But there is one thing. Iron Man beat on me I can understand your reluctance, Captain. Maybe after a while, I'll find a way to change your mind.
Cable had the right idea. But Stark and S.H.I.E.L.D's combined intelligence network is formidable. We're going to have a hard time keeping under their radar. Unfortunately, we're in a defensive position right now, by necessity. But surgical strikes might give us a morale boost, and disrupt S.H.I.E.L.D. operations enough to provide some breathing room. As soon as we identify a target, I'll let you know. If you mean disrupt their intelligence network, we're already looking into that. But between Stark and Reed Richards, I'm not sure we've got the technical expertise to pull it off. But surgical strikes might give us a morale boost. Stand ready until we figure out their weakest link. We're not ready for a full-on assault at this point. We'd need to have more firepower and a better infrastructure. But surgical strikes might give... Not sure yet. I'll let you know as soon as we've identified a target. Hey, Luke. What can we do, Luke? They've got all the scientific geniuses on their side. We've just gotta hope they don't start injecting normal people with those nanites. You may be right, and it may be just what they deserve. They're definitely playing with fire here. They're reckless fools, I agree. But I hope they can put the genie back in the bottle when this is all over. I don't even know them anymore. I mean, I never would have imagined myself even thinking these things. They're definitely playing with fire here. You're right. But war makes men do reckless things. Careful what you wish for. They're definitely playing with fire here. As long as it's just them, yes.
Hello, Captain. Trying to find this base. Failing that, figuring out a way to draw us out in the open. As you know, our screening process has been pretty comprehensive. If it had failed, we'd already know. I think the more likely scenario at this point is for them to try to set a trap for us. We keep an ace up our sleeve, a way to escape any situation. Staying 2 steps ahead of Stark, Richards, and Pym is no small feat, Captain. I think the more likely scenario at this point. Understood. I'll give it some thought. I doubt we're harboring any spies, or they'd have already hit us here. I think the more likely scenario... You may be right, but I recommend we be ready for anything. Hello, Jean. How are you? Same here, Jean. This is one of those times when families need to stick together. Jean, you and Scott raised me. All other complications aside, that makes us family. I also think it's good that Scott decided to help the professor keep the students at the X-Mansion safe during all this. In the end, I think it'll work out best for everyone. Jean, you and Scott raised me. All other complications aside, that makes us family. I also think it's good that Scott decided to help the professor. I know. And that makes me proud. Yeah, it's good we managed to get them back together, and on our side. I also think it's good that Scott decided... We've got powerful friends here, Jean. We can do this. Hey there. What's the latest? Me too. I still can't believe there are mutants who'd side with the government on this. Like Bishop, for example. Of course. But that's no excuse. I know what it means to come from an unpleasant future and be transplanted in the past. You can't let it consume your life or cloud your judgment. What's wrong is wrong. Why? Does it show? You mean the Nanite-controlled mutant criminals? Sure, they get a pass. But Bishop? No excuse. I know what it means to come from an... It's too late for that. Way too late. And yet they can't see it, can they? I know what it means to come from an unpleasant... Based on what I saw and heard back at the Hydra base, no way. He's being manipulated, all right, but not with nanites.
Hello, Captain.
The negative zone? I do not know. I've never attempted it.
Cap, with all due respect, it's not fair to ask Cloak to...
No, Tandy, it's all right. We're at war. As I said, Captain, I do not know. But I would be willing to try. I may need some help figuring it out, though.
We will, Captain.
Hey, Cap, what's up? You're kidding, right? Guy's a psychopath and he wants to join us? Cry me a river. The guy is straight up certifiable, Cap. Did you even for a second consider bringing that nut job on board? Thank God for that. I'm sleeping light enough as it is. Right. Until he goes nuts and starts wasting everyone for jaywalking. Did you even for a second consider bring... That guy ain't no team player. We're better off without him, man. Yeah, I should. 'Cause that guy is a freak. Did you even for a second consider... Well, let's make sure we keep the war between us and them. The Punisher don't fit in either category.
Yo, Flamebrain, what's up?
Between S.H.I.E.L.D. and White Star forces.
If Reed and his pal Stark weren't being so stubborn, we wouldn't have to. Yep, that's Stretcho in a nutshell, but he's got to start seeing beyond that, and fast. I mean, you set up a system to control people's minds, and where can that lead? Nowhere good, Matchstick. Me either, but I predict a major clobbering for someone. Just wish I knew who. Yeah, or any of them other world domination freaks. Who knows? I mean, you set up a system to control people. You and me both, kid. He ain't himself, I can see that too. I mean, you set up a system. Sheesh, hadn't thought of that. Cripes. Hey there, Susie. If Reed and his pal Stark weren't being so stubborn. Yeah, or any of them other world domination freaks, who knows? And that's my whole problem with Reed right now. I mean, you set up a system to control people's minds, and where can that lead? Nowhere good, Susie. You and me both, sweetheart. He ain't himself, I can see that too. He ain't thinking straight. I mean, you set up a system to control people. Whoa, better him than me.
Robbie? Is that really you? How do you think I'm doing? Vance is still missing, but now I'm almost as worried about you. Robbie, what's happened to you? You didn't kill anyone, Robbie. Don't let them tell you you did. I know what happened was horrible, but it wasn't your fault, at least not entirely. You can't take this on. Right now, I almost wish I had been. Our whole world seems turned upside down. Never in a million years would I have guessed you could turn into this. I know what happened was horrible. I wish I could say the same, but I don't see Robbie Baldwin. I don't know what I'm looking at right now. I mean, inside you. I just can't believe it's really you inside that Iron Maiden. I know what happened was horrible, but I know someday you'll get over this, Robbie. And when that day comes, I want to be there to welcome you back.
Robbie, how are you doing? It's good to see you. I'm glad you got out of the prison all right. Is that the only reason you don't want to become part of that collective? Oh, Robbie, I arranged the plea bargain for you, but I didn't know you'd turn into this. You need to talk with Doc Samson when this is all over. Okay? I beg to differ, but we'll talk more about this another time, Robbie. It does matter, Robbie. You can't forget that. I arranged the plea bargain for you, but... My God! What have we done to you? You guess? Robbie. I don't know what to say. I arranged the plea bargain for you, but I didn't... You can hide behind that mask for now, but not forever, Robbie. Hello, Cap. Not a problem. By the way, it's good to be on the same team again, Steve. That's still debatable, but this isn't the time. At this point, there is nothing more important than shutting down the Nanite Collective. I hate to even think about that. We did some things I'm not proud of, but that's in the past. At this point, there is nothing more important than... Absolutely, Cap. Let me know if there's anything else I can do. I understand. I don't think it was easy on any of us. At this point, there is nothing more important than... Not my department. You should talk to Tony. Hello, Tony. No problem. Just leave me a number where I can reach you, and I'll have the kids in bed by 9. It was either that or a knock-knock joke. Spidey, I ain't. Seriously, I can handle things here. Do what you need to do. I hope you're right. No, I leave those to Deadpool now. It seems to make him happy. Seriously, I can handle things here. Thanks. But have you looked at him lately? I'm not sure I did him any favors. Sorry. Just trying to... never mind. Seriously, I can handle things here. Do it. How about Colossus and Firestar? I think between us and your automatic defenses, we can hold the fort.
Hi, Steve. It wouldn't have been an issue if we hadn't started this whole nanite control program in the first place. What were we thinking? Amen to that. The fact is, I didn't like who that war was turning me into. And now I worry what our mistakes might end up turning us all into. Ask him yourself. It's not good, Steve. If we get the chance. The fact is, I didn't like... I know. I just hope we can use our knowledge of their network against them. Alright, I guess I deserve that. The fact is, I didn't like... I hope you're right. But right now, I'm not sure I see it. Hi, Reed.
Anyone who attempts to enter your home should be considered hostile and extremely dangerous.
This isn't the time for looking back in regret, Reed. We have to concentrate on the problem at hand. I'm not sure we'll get much return on investment there, Reed. For all we know, they blew the place up. I'm more concerned about your state of mind, actually. Are you going to be able to give this your all? And I don't want to be the one who paid for it. Let's get this done. Use their main strength against them, huh? Sounds very zen. I'm more concerned about your state of mind, actually. Was that a joke? Huh. Now I'm really worried about you.
Including power and communication.
We have to do both. Every one of them we cure is another ally for us. I'm more concerned about your state of mind. I know what you mean. Let's get this done.
Hello, Reed. Maybe you should pick your favorite. There's no time to dwell on that. We need to focus on this new threat now. Solving the mystery of what happened to Fury and the others would be good, but I'm not sure it should be our top priority right now. You did what you thought was right. We need to focus on this new... You're the expert. I'll leave it to you. Sorry. I guess I just think the time for apologies is past. We need to focus on this new threat now. I don't know enough about this thing to give you solid advice on that. Maybe check with Tony. Hi, Tony. Yes. Now I realize I should have listened, but at the time, well, let's just say I figured it was another scam. I hope not. He was trying to make it right. What do you think happened to him? That's a sobering thought. But I can't imagine Fury's mind ever being enslaved by anyone or anything. Fury's lapse in judgment and subsequent actions turned him into the boy who cried wolf at the worst possible time. What do you think happened to him? We can only hope so. It's bad enough the Tinkerer apparently disappeared just before we arrived here. Maybe not. Then again, Fury might still be with us if I had. What do you think happened to him? If so, we've lost the best man to help us beat this bizarre menace.
Hello, Johnny. I can't say I wasn't concerned, but now I understand why you did it. At this point, my full attention is devoted to studying how the Fold's control network is evolving. I'm cautiously optimistic. If we can find a weak link in their security, we'll have a chance to destroy the Fold in one fell swoop. I can't help but feel like this is all my fault. I have to solve this, Johnny, or I'll die knowing I doomed humanity to becoming a race of mental slaves. I see. Very amusing. Thanks, Johnny. I needed that. In addition to their network encryption becoming even more robust, there are indications they are experimenting with trying to share special abilities beyond just their local groups. We have to hope they don't succeed in that. I can't help but feel like this is all my fault. Thanks, Johnny. I hope you're right. The network is the key to the Fold's existence. With it, they're almost unstoppable. Without it, the Fold wouldn't even exist. It's the latter possibility we're exploring. I can't help but feel like this is all my fault. Agreed. On both counts. Hello, Ben. I can't say I wasn't concerned, but now I understand why you did it. At this point, my full attention is devoted to studying how the Fold's control network is evolving. I'm cautiously optimistic. If we can find a weak link in their security, we'll have a chance to destroy the Fold in one fell swoop. I can't help but feel like this is all my fault. I have to solve this, Ben, or I'll die knowing I doomed humanity to becoming a race of mental slaves. I see. Very amusing. Thanks, Ben. I needed that. In addition to their network encryption becoming even more robust, I can't help but feel like this is all my fault. Thanks, Ben. I hope you're right. The network is the key to the Fold's existence. I can't help but feel like this is all my... Agreed. On both counts. Hello, Sue. I can't say I wasn't concerned, but now I understand why you did it. At this point, my full attention is devoted to studying how the Fold's control network is evolving. I'm cautiously optimistic. If we can find a weak link in their security, we'll have a chance to destroy the Fold in one fell swoop. I can't help but feel like this is all my fault. I have to solve this, Susan, or I'll die knowing I doomed humanity to becoming a race of mental slaves. I see. Very amusing. Thanks, Susan. I needed that. In addition to their network encryption becoming even more robust, I can't help but feel like this is all my fault. Thanks, Susan. I hope you're right. The network is the key to the Fold's existence. With it, I can't help but feel like this is all my fault. Agreed. On both counts.
Oh, it's you. That's a relative term, but I'm happy to finally be uncollared with my mind clear at last. Your incessant prattling is gonna get you killed one of these days. If you know what's good for you, you'll give me a wide berth. Leave me alone! You need my help to defeat the Fold. I only wish it didn't involve working anywhere near you. If you know what's good for you, you'll give me... When this is over, I'll happily blow you to smithereens. I may need to work with you, fool, but I don't have to enjoy it. If you know what's good for you, you'll give me a wide berth. Nothing can be worth this!
Great. The webhead wants to talk. It may be a hand-me-down, Parker, but at least I had the good sense not to throw it away. We're going to take that as a compliment. Seriously though, Parker, if they get me again, turn me into one of them. Promise me you'll kill me. Fine, I'll find someone else who is. Not as much as the ladies do. Seriously though, Parker, don't get used to it. Brains. Seriously though, Parker. Always with the jokes. I should have known I couldn't count on you.